So last time I was in Las Vegas, I visited the actual RAZER store that's on the strip there. And since one of the things I do on this channel is try to help people with esports, this is the RAZER Mouse Bungee V3. I bought this for $20 while I was there and was offered to get an RGB version of the exact same thing for $40, but I think that a certain person in my life would have actually killed me if I had gotten another thing on my desk that glows in rainbow colors. So now it's time to unbox this, and after that I'm going to test it out in a bunch of different games to see if it actually gets rid of mouse drag and if it's worth the money. Now in the case that you don't know what a mouse bungee is, here's a little diagram on the top of the box that actually shows what it does. A mouse bungee is this device that sits right in front of your mouse pad and it kind of hoists the mouse cable up into the air. Without a mouse bungee, your mouse cable just sits normally on your desk, and while it's there, it's free to hit anything else that's around you. I feel like I'm the target demographic for a product like this because I have a lot of stuff such as my two monitors, which are spaced perfectly to hit the mouse cable on both sides, and I'm also using a brand new mouse pad which has corners that kind of lift up off of the table, and the mouse cable is known to get stuck under there. I'm hoping that this device will make my mouse essentially feel wireless. Actual wireless mice cost twice as much as the normal version of mice, but maybe this will feel just as good as using a wireless mouse. Time to clean up my desk so we can begin. I think I've got this set up right. I've never done this before in my life. I don't have nails to open this. Oh wow, that is heavy. That is much heavier than I thought it would be. Here's a bit of paper that came in the packaging. Wow, my hands are so shaky. With this accessory, you can now take the performance of your RAZER gear even further. Whether you're after more functionality, flair, or a little bit of both, we've always got the goods to round out your loadout. This paper is just basically instructions and has an added diagram to show what each of the parts of the mouse bungee is. And I dropped the stickers that usually come with every RAZER product you buy. It says adjust as needed as part of the instructions, but I'm assuming that's talking about the actual mouse cable that you thread through here. There's nothing actually adjustable about this device. Alright, so here it is set up in the way that I believe it's supposed to be set up. As you can see, my mouse cable is lifted up into the air so that instead of sliding around on my desk, it just doesn't. And if I move my mouse cable further than the area that I've given, the arm actually bends with my mouse. And the bending of the arm isn't actually noticeable while I'm moving. Like once you reach the maximum point here, then yes, it's obvious you're pulling on something. But like this doesn't really feel like you're pulling on anything. Alright, so after messing around a bit, I think I may have found the best camera angle to show this thing off while I'm using it. So let's find out together if this thing actually works. I even get the opportunity of trying out this thing with two different mice, since this is the one that I just used for League. And this is the one that I use for everything else. And despite the instructions saying that it's good for RAZER products, both mice seem to fit perfectly well. So I think it should be safe to assume that all mice can work with the RAZER mouse bungee. Let's get into it. So in League of Legends there's not a lot of mouse movement, but I can immediately tell that it doesn't really feel like there's anything there. That's a funny counter. Yeah, so I think that League game went well. And if we're talking about my mouse, I think it felt even better. Now, League of Legends is a game that is very not dependent on your mouse whatsoever. But next we're going to switch over to my other mouse and play some games that are very mouse dependent. And then we're going to just test and see if they still feel good. Now we're going to test it out in some Osu. Right off the bat, I don't think I'm going to play anything difficult just to avoid embarrassing myself. It's very hard to talk and play this game at the same time. One thing I can say is that I feel a lot smoother and faster using this Bungee. I think I'm just so used to my mouse cord having hit the edges of the mouse pad. But now that problem's completely gone. My lightweight mouse even feels lighter. I mean, in all honesty, it's such a small problem to complain about, mouse drag. But some people have it worse than others, and I'm definitely seeing how this product is great for those people who just suffer from that. Oh, I messed that up so bad. I clearly need to brush up on my Osu, but I'm just gonna go with a harder map to really test it out to its fullest. Oh, wait, I wasn't ready. Ah, I messed it up. Wow. Hold on, I'm gonna intentionally fail. I usually don't get that pattern. Especially not on my first try. Let's try out some Overwatch. So far, I'm really impressed by this. Oh no. Anyway. So far, I'm feeling a lot smoother than I usually do when I come back from a long break on this game. Let me test it out in a game. I want to play Lucio, but I guess I'll play a more aim-heavy character. Oh my god. I guess I still got it. Oh, that was a misclick. Oops. Oh no. I'm still alive. Okay, I'm terrible. Oh, he's won. Never mind, he's full health. Okay. Oh my. Get off me. I got solo ulted. Please don't hurt me. Oh! Ah! Ah! I'm terrified. You know, I used to be GM. The final push. Oh, why did I die? Well, I guess that's that. That felt very good. I think I'll try out one more game. My health shot. Wow. What? I'm upset. Still got it? Question mark? Never mind. Don't know how I dodged that. Oh! Let's go. $360. How? So during my gameplay, you may have seen how as I get further away from the mouse bungee, it starts to bend the arm a little bit and give in. On first glance, you may think that this adds a little bit of extra pull as I'm taking the mouse away from it, but this arm is actually so flimsy that you don't even feel it. Honestly, as I'm pulling it away, okay, it's up to an extent, I guess, because if I pull it really far away and then show as I let go of the mouse, it has enough pull to spring back. But I think that's actually only for this mouse because it weighs so much less than the Logitech that I was using, which is this one. This thing weighs half as much as a normal mouse, so maybe that gives it a little bit of more pull. But if you're using a mouse that weighs the normal amount that a mouse should, and you're not using one of these specifically meant to be lightweight mice, then there's almost no pull to that arm being bent. Watch as I pull this Logitech back about as much as I was pulling back the Model O. And the extra weight to the mouse makes it so that the arm doesn't even pull it back. So I think I can say that mouse bungees are more beneficial for heavier mice like this one. Well, now I think I can say that I've used the RAZER Mouse Bungee V3 enough to formulate an opinion. Here's my final review. Look at my dog. She sleep. I can confidently say that I'm very satisfied with how this product worked. Did it solve the problem that it aimed to solve? My answer is yes. I actually couldn't feel any mouse drag whatsoever. I personally didn't think that I was that affected by mouse drag, but now after using this for just a bit, I can tell how bad it was before. Is it worth its price? I'm gonna actually look up on Amazon really quick to see what the cheaper mouse bungees go for. So a cheap mouse bungee is like $15 and I only paid $20 for this one and it's name brand. For that price, I definitely can say that it's very worth it. Now the $40 RGB version on the other hand, I don't think that's worth it at all. If I have to be super critical, then I'll just give it a 4 out of 5 because I really like using that super lightweight mouse that I have for games that are very dependent on mouse movement. And as I start reaching a little far with that lightweight mouse, I can feel just the slightest bit of tug by the bungee. Also, I could just give the mouse cable a little bit of more slack and that'll just get rid of the problem. So yeah, if I'm not being hypercritical about it, I'll give it a clean 5 out of 5. It's also easy to use, and there was no hassle switching between my two mice. Do I recommend getting this? Yes, but only if you are suffering from mouse drag and you know that you are. If you're as messy as I am and you have a really cluttered desk space, then you can probably benefit from a mouse bungee. If you're nice and clean and don't have any problems with your mouse cable, then you don't really have a reason to spend $20 on this. That's all for my review today. Big stretch. If you enjoyed this, then subscribe. I know this product review was for a very niche group of people, but hey, I just wanted to try it out, since this channel is all about helping people get better at esports, and also sports. So if either of those things interest you, then please stick around. I hope you enjoyed the video. See ya.